All right. So, what do you think? You still hear me?
Is it going?
Uh,
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it going?
Do you hear me?
I mean, I hear you. So Discord's still working.
I don't know. I can't see
I
what it's on your end.
I am. I am. I am. Well, I'll usually just go to the YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Can I get a hiya? So I'll go to the
Here, when you get this settled in, I'm gonna get this pulled pork into the slow cooker real quick.
It's working. It's actually working on my end this time.
I'll usually just go to the. Oh, is it?
Yep, both our audios are working.
Are we live?
Right now I'm just sharing the Discord screen. It seems to be we are live on Twitch. Oh, you know where I had a problem? It was when I tried to stream onto Facebook at the same exact time. So you know our page? They changed the Facebook rules. Did I tell you that?
Yeah.
So now your page
They changed it.
yes, because I think too many people were live streaming on Facebook and their servers couldn't handle it. So in order to live stream on Facebook now, you need 100 followers. So if you're a page on Facebook
Jeez.
with no followers, how are you going to get followers? You know? It's a problem. They basically like you have to use some TikTok,
That's a Facebook stuff.
huh? Maybe I mean you could post
Yeah,
videos.
Facebook is no point.
Yeah, you can post videos.
I mean, the boomers use Facebook a lot.
Yeah. Dude, you should
But like a lot of our generation's using like Instagram,
well, you know what's really funny
TikTok.
is the difference in comments between YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And especially when you're watching like dash cam video, Facebook, they're like, that cop should arrest him and blah blah blah. It's always very anti citizen because of the older generation. They're just like, yeah, oh, he didn't have his plate on his
I think that's
bike.
mostly. I've seen some stuff where brings everything into question about that. I don't know if we can go into detail about some of the stuff if we're gonna get banned talking about it, but um I wouldn't be surprised if most of those comments were automatically generated by a computer.
Bots.
Most of those accounts aren't even real.
You can talk about
Yeah.
bots.
And it's different for everybody who looks at it. So it's the algorithm is looking at what you have looked at for posts, who you follow, all this kind of stuff, and it's gonna automatically generate what it wants you to see. So it's whatever's going on. I don't know who's in control. I have a couple ideas I'm not going to mention here, but why would they be doing this to the American public is the question. Answer is simple, but it's to manipulate perception. And yeah, I've heard stories about like uh, guys looking at some posts, and it's all about like, oh, the woman, shouldn't be like this and that, and
The woman.
I'm keeping it very vague.
The woman.
Yeah, and if it depends if you're looking at like your account has obviously cookies and other things that it can track where have you been, what you've been looking at on the internet, and it's gonna automatically generate what it wants you to perceive as the group think, I guess you could say. Follow the herd.
Yes. Yes. The skirt was too short.
So yeah, there's some. I could show this stuff in live time, but yeah, we're gonna get shut down if we do that. So
I mean, you're definitely allowed to talk about bots and stuff and the algorithms and everything. So, I mean, I wouldn't worry about
yeah,
it too
but there's
much.
certain words, like the C word, CVID. We can't. I don't know if that's gonna trigger anything, or like all that other stuff that happened in 2020.
Yeah. Well,
This is a finance channel.
so I have an idea. Um, you said you got to put some pulled pork into the slow cooker.
Yeah, I'm smoking some pulled pork on the smoker outside. That's why I'm looking over here out the window, and I think it's almost time to switch it over. See, that's the trick, right? A lot of people don't know that. You put it on the smoker for about half the time, and then you throw it in the slow cooker,
Yeah,
finish it off.
nice.
That's the way to do it.
All right,
I
so
was gonna do a brisket today, but
it seems to be
eh.
doing something weird. Oh, brisket. The
Yeah, brisket's it's a little bit more involved.
have you seen the Zuckerberg live stream? Just here smoking some brisket. We got a brisket in the smoker.
Mm,
He goes over and over again,
yeah,
smoking the
I
brisket.
sent that to Chris Gianella so many times.
Oh
Smoked
man.
meats. We're just smoking some meats out here with some sweet baby Ray's barbecue sauce. And like the smokers look like they're just brand new out of the package. Like he just literally offloaded them on the truck, like some dude's backyard. Like, what's going on here?
All right, there we go. Finally.
Yeah, smoked meat.
So basically, when we're restreaming, when we're using Restream, and you go off the Discord page, it'll literally pause whatever it is you're sharing on the screen. So we have to stay on the Discord. So I mean, I'm happy have to next time we do this, I'll probably have to have multiple monitors open. But because you see what
Oh,
I'm
send me, yeah,
send
send me the link real quick, or I'll get it.
to the
Let me just go
page.
on here
I
real
got it
quick.
right here. I got it right here, buddy.
Put it in the chat.
You want me to just text it to you?
Put it in the chat so I can just Sorry, I was looking at a message. Put it in the chat so I can copy and paste it, send it to some people.
You want the YouTube link?
Yeah, that'd be best.
Because I'm not entirely sure how to get the.
I'll just go to the Manic Money page and find it.
Yeah, because I'm not entirely. I can get the YouTube link on my phone right now, and I could text it to you, but then there's all that. See, the problem is if I hop off Discord, it will do
test 2. Is that it?
test 2, testing.
Oh yeah.
Is there somebody else here?
Yeah. Oh, that's me.
I see a G and it says go live. Huh. Weird.
Go live.
We might be doing it a strange way too. I don't know. With using Restream, I feel like using Restream Studio is the best because then it's automatically just gonna go in, But my memory usage is insane. Let's close down the CoinMarketCap one because that memory usage, that might have been what the problem was. CoinMarketCap was using 844 megabytes of memory usage. In comparison, Restream is using 332. And the Discord one's using.
I sent the link to Steve, so I think he's gonna be joining.
Steve.
Anyways, yeah, Steve Christian, another one of my students.
That's my dad's name, Steve.
This is gonna be great. Oh, that's right. But why don't we get into it, huh? Why don't we start?
Well, I mean, if you want to, how long is it going to take you to throw that pulled pork in the crock pot?
You know what? I think we can just go for it right now.
It's
still smoking out there, so I mean, whether it's going out there or it's going in here, I'll just do it after the stream.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, because I wanted to talk about this.
Q Monday.
Yeah, well, there's a big reason. There's a thing I really wanted to talk about with this because this is super important. It's really a nice snapshot of our economy for the last, since they've been keeping track of this. It's like a comparison of S&P 500 returns against the U.S. federal funds rate, and it shows that there's kind of a massive issue here. So, like, what?
Like all the graphs have been showing us.
Yeah, well, it just so the S&P 500 returns have gone up astronomically. It's insane, you know. It's basically parabolic. It looks like a Bitcoin chart.
Oh yeah. Well,
But
there's been like stuff in the stock market that looks like some meme coins.
yeah,
You know, it's like
Nvidia, a few
signs of
others.
something bad coming.
Yeah, so it's like you never see this ever, and this has only been happening since the 2008 recession. Huh. Weird, right? It's only been happening since the 2008 recession, which is if anybody knows, is the beginning of quantitative easing. Oh.
Oh yeah, and what's quantitative easing?
It's basically the
Fancy word for printing money.
yeah, yeah, and basically the Fed will take money and prop up the markets with it. They tend to
You
really
have like a graph.
oh,
Pull up a graph of like the M2 money supply. You
M2
can get it up real quick.
M2
Yeah, like that. When I saw that, that was like the moment was like, okay, it's time to start stacking silver and gold.
Oh, it looks like the S&P 500 chart. Weird.
Right? Oh, where's all the money coming from? Right? Now it's a little bit more obvious.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
they pumped they pumped the system with cheap money, you know, with the low negative interest rates. And what do you expect is going to happen?
yeah. Well, basically, I mean, at the same token, this chart might mean nothing because they're looking at the federal fund rate percentage. So basically, how much it costs to borrow money and how much yields you get off of bonds and such. And it's a comparison
Yeah.
to the price of the S&P 500. See, I think if we could get a better chart, because this is the one that everybody always talks about when they're saying, "Hey, like obviously this chart is going to just bottom out." But I actually think what's more important is the percentage return that you're getting off the S&P 500 compared to the percentage of the federal funds rate. So right now our interest rates just under 6%, and the S&P 500 returns, the percentage returns are in the 20s. So it would actually, well, just the past year, 2023. We don't know for 2024 yet, but I feel like that is a better indicator because let's face it, the federal funds rate is going to fluctuate up and down. S&P 500 largely the price of the index keeps going up and usually keeps going up. Like I think it's
Typically, you know, as a
huh?
like like Bitcoin too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like S&P 500, you know, like if all these peaks that, you know, there's a couple peaks if you look in the graph, they looked like oh they were breaking old lows and people started shorting. Well, you know, they got wrecked. So, it's best to stay with the trend until, you know, it's not your friend.
Stay with the trend till it's not your friend. That's good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and that's what's really been happening with Bitcoin lately, which it's really it's been ruining people's lives. I've been taking losses too, which is like, you know, I'm gonna step back and wait for us to actually get out of this range, man, because this range sucks.
Dude,
I'm gonna pull up the Bitcoin chart.
you got to do like me, man. All right? You got to pretend it's 1999. You just got your tax return check and you're going to be dumping that into BlackBerry and Kodak. Let's see. Let's go back to Crypto Corey screen. Just get rid
Oh
of
yeah, you're in there.
and
Just monitoring. We're working out the
boom
kinks
boom
right now.
boom. No kinks, you're live now. Obviously, it's gonna take me a second to. It's gonna take a second for it to get to see it on YouTube, but it's like the people who are on
Yeah.
YouTube, they're getting us 15 seconds later, so they don't realize the delay.
Oh, I see it now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
See,
it's good now.
if you were on
So,
Restream like me, you'd be able to see that it pops in right away.
so I want to talk about this real quick because it's something I've noticed, something my mentors have brought up, and it's just so simple. We don't even need indicators with this. We're just gonna count, you know. And right now, each candle is representing a month of time. So if we go back to the bottom of Bitcoin, this was in December, June, like this was like that whole bear market. Everybody's like, it's gonna keep going down. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months of absolutely in Bitcoin world, it was doing nothing.
Yeah, that's when everybody was claiming
We have
15, 12. Everybody was trying to call the bottom.
Yeah, there was some people saying 7,000, 8,000, right?
Impossible.
And
At the time,
historically speaking, Bitcoin has never broken the previous high of the last bull market, historically speaking. So we had 6 months here. Look at this one: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, and then boom! Look at that.
yeah.
Now look at this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right?
Well, it was
Something's
funny.
gonna happen.
It was funny when people were saying 7, because the majority of Bitcoin that was being mined around the world was costing more than 10 grand to mine. So it going down to 7 would have been insane. You would have had a capitulation event like nothing you'd ever seen before, as people with more expensive power just shut off their mining equipment.
Yeah, that would be something. That would be like a black swan event.
Yeah, but
I don't see that
happening. Actually, to be honest with you, you're probably right, because a lot of corporations, a lot of companies are mining Bitcoin now. They got these freaking server farms. They have money to keep the lights on for several years
Oh, yeah.
on end, not selling any Bitcoin. They don't need to sell the Bitcoin, so they could just hang on to it and wait for
And
it
you
to go
saw
back
what
up.
happened. We saw what happened in China during the 2020 bull run.
China.
Oh, China's banning Bitcoin. Everybody left China with all their stuff, and they just went to a different country and continued to do what they did. China, like, they shot themselves in the foot. And I don't really think, like, like you said, electricity goes up in price, they're just gonna move to a country like where electricity is cheap, like Zimbabwe or something. Like, you got billions of dollars. I mean, you can make it happen.
You keep bringing up Zimbabwe.
It's I always wanted to go, to Africa.
What's going on in Zimbabwe?
It's just the first place in Africa I could think of.
Wow, Zimbabwe electricity.
Capital.
The Zimbabwe electricity is cheap. Dude,
is it
200 kilowatt hours of electricity in Zimbabwe costs between 16 and 17 cents per unit.
Dude. All right. Well, we're going to go to Zimbabwe and start a Bitcoin mining operation.
That's wild.
You heard it here first, folks.
If you're using
Zimbabwe is the place.
Well, if you use less than 50 kilowatt hours, this is delivered, like with the transmission costs and everything. Less than 50 kilowatt hours per month, you're only paying 7.9 cents American per kilowatt hour.
So there might be like people watching in the future, and I don't know if Steve knows exactly how is Bitcoin. You want to go through that? How is Bitcoin mined, and how is that gonna affect? Why are we talking about the cost of electricity?
Well, I mean, who, me?
Why is it gonna?
Are you asking Steve, or are you talking to me?
I'm asking you.
Yeah, I mean,
Steve's still in the chat, but
yeah, I mean, yeah, simply the price.
Just so we don't lose some people,
Yeah, simply the price of electricity, as it keeps going up, the cost to mine one Bitcoin is going to go up exponentially. I mean, energy never goes down in price. It always goes up. It's kind of like the S&P 500, but without the dips.
You know?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, you know, like
unless
yeah, it
the
depends on
well,
where in the world you're doing it.
yeah, the government can step in and make like one electric company, like this happened in Connecticut with Eversource, where they made them say, "Hey, listen, you can't justify charging people 24 cents a kilowatt hour. You got to bring this back down under 20 cents again." And they did for 6 to 9 months. But we're right back up there again. But it's like that. So you just think about it. The price of electricity, if it just keeps going up and up and up, and the price of Bitcoin does not keep up in kind, I mean, people are just going to stop mining it. They'll go to a different cryptocurrency that's cheaper to mine and easier to mine. Because let's face it, Bitcoin is a dinosaur. It's the oldest cryptocurrency. It's the most sluggish system. I mean, you have all these proof of stake cryptocurrencies, but the only problem with proof of stake and the reason that people are still mining is because it's much more susceptible to being hacked. Oh,
Yeah, why don't we talk about proof of work and proof of stake real quick, because there's two different ways of how they operate.
yeah,
Yeah, you know, because proof of work is using an algorithm that's going to solve a math problem, which is the work, right?
yep,
And for when it's solved, when it solves the block, which is the math problem, it's given a reward, and they are paid in Bitcoin. Whoever figures out the math problem first gets the reward. That's why everybody's competing around the world trying to mine Bitcoin. And as the years go on with the halvings, the reward gets cut in half, and the supply becomes scarcer and scarcer.
yep. Every
Proof of
block.
stake is all it, yeah, and proof of stake runs off of a different way of mining. So the stakers, the people who basically delegate their funds, they put it into a pool, and they are what's known as the validators. And each person who has put in their crypto, say like Cardano, for instance, when they deposit into the pool, they become a staker, and they're actually helping to validate the network, and they are paid a reward in whatever the cryptocurrency. In this case, it would be Cardano. So,
Yeah.
and a lot of cryptos operate off of like a system like that. You could basically think of dividends in stocks. It's almost basically the same thing, but not really.
Spicy
So,
dividends.
oh, we got a question here. What about utilizing solar as a source of energy? Any effect? Well,
Where
they are doing that, and they actually are mining Bitcoin with a volcano. I forget what the country was, but yeah, they're using energy
Zimbabwe?
from thermal. I think it's in like South America, if it's like
Yeah.
if I'm remembering it
Yep.
correctly. But yeah, they're using a volcano to mine Bitcoin because yeah, it's
Well, there's
free
actually
energy. Might as well.
there's actually a stock, and it's actually a pretty nice. The stock has some pretty nice performance lately, called TerraWolf, ticker WULF, and that particular stock is using
W
renewables to mine Bitcoin, like 100% renewables.
Wolf, huh?
Yes,
Let's look
TerraWolf.
at this one. Oh,
TerraWolf.
let's see. I don't know. I'm pulling just the monthly right there. I'm looked a little sketch.
Does it? What are
Daily
you talking
looks
about?
like
That
it
looks
could have
good.
some
What do you
moves.
mean? That's basically like yeah, it's a solid
Let's go back to the month.
hmm. Oh yeah, let me hide the chat.
We got like
Oops.
SR flip here, Not really. I mean, you had this low and this low, and this
Mm.
kind of dipped below it, but now it has to get up above this, and I could see this as a range. And we are above it, right? So yeah, and that's the monthly, right? The reason why we step down from the monthly to the daily to the lower time frames is because we have a higher probability of moves playing out on the longer time frames. In the 1 minute, you're going to get a lot of scammy moves, a lot of positions that you're going to get stopped out of because it's much easier to manipulate a smaller time frame than a bigger time frame. But that as you watch the channel, you'll understand how we step down from the higher time frames to the lower time frames. We determine a bias using the monthly or the daily, get a direction, right? Am I bullish or am I bearish or am I going sideways? And then we can determine, okay, now we're going to step down into the lower time frames and find our position. How can we enter? If I think this is a bull flag and it's going to play out, right? We can look for the golden cross on the moving averages. When price gets above the 200, which is the yellow line, it's game on, right? Because now we can put our stop loss below the 200, and that 200 is acting as a shield, as another layer of support. And a lot of people who don't use the moving averages, they don't know that's there, and they're like, oh, why is it bouncing? Why do I get resistance here? The moving averages are going to give you that level of precision. Almost kind of have like a W going on here too, a little bit, you know?
Yeah, I would
And if this comes down and does an inverse head and shoulders, we can get up on out of there.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I am a big advocate for having 10% of your portfolio into leaps, call option leaps on any of the big Bitcoin mining companies, just the mining companies. So, because
Why don't you bring up what's something that Nvidia? We looked at Nvidia. Any other picks that you looked at BlackBerry?
yeah, I mean,
What are you seeing with BlackBerry? Yeah?
they're going to be profitable by the second or third last quarter of this year. They're going to be profitable. They were saying the last quarter of 2024 will definitely be profitable. So, I mean, we're in the end game now in that aspect. So it's like,
Right.
yeah, they went restructure their entire company into cybersecurity. You know, they have huge federal government contract. So I mean, all it takes is like a massive hacking event where the government doesn't get hacked again, and you know that'll boom price pop there. There's several things. Once they're profitable again, based off of the patents alone that they have, which is worth $6 to $9 a share, and they're trading in the twos. I mean, it's massive. They have cash, so they don't need to do an offering. You know that Uncle Sam government money is keeping them afloat very nicely. So the offerings are minimal, if any, because that's a lot. What you have to worry about now with a stock like this that's down in the twos is an offering. An offering can tank it under $1 in a day right now. The volatility in the stock market is insane. You know, especially this Chinese stocks. But like it looks ugly now, but that's why it's a beautiful opportunity. Just saying.
Yeah, I mean, this is a high risk in my opinion.
Yep.
The monthly chart just
Yeah,
looks
it's a high
bearish.
risk, so that's why
But you know,
put 100% of your portfolio into it on out of $5 calls for 2026.
sell your car.
Yeah, your house.
If you have a mortgage, yeah, you know, refinance. It's all good because we're going all in.
No, I mean, I'm
Yeah,
still.
I'd be careful with this one, in my opinion. And if you, honestly, I would be a buyer at 99 cents. Why? Because that's where the other bottom is. And if we get the double bottom, I mean, we're gonna get a move, right?
That's an interesting take.
So whether how big is it? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, BlackBerry is nice because they have an options expiration every single week, so you could buy. It's relatively cheap to buy 100 shares of BlackBerry right now in order to sell one options contract. So that's one of those things. Like you can put a certain percentage of your what is it? Not disposable income, discretionary income, whatever is the money that you normally hang on to for a while. Put a certain percentage of that into BlackBerry shares every week, and then or every other week, depending when you get paid, and then just write options contracts and collect that premium. You know, so you'd be getting a decent percentage off that, more than what the bank gives you. And yeah, or I mean, you could sell puts too and just keep the cash in the brokerage account. But I always like buying shares and selling call options. You know, that way there's.
Yeah, and we're only going to talk about what we do. We're not going to ever tell you what to do. We're not financial advice channel. Nothing should be misconstrued as financial advice here. So just want to get that out. YouTube.
Yes, no, we're
Um,
not financial
look at this
advisors.
Nvidia.
I am actually
You know,
an autist myself. I eat crayons. Purple's my favorite
mm,
color. Purple's my favorite flavor, I should say.
crayon. Seriously, bro.
Why are you an orange guy?
But yeah, look at this monthly chart on Nvidia, right? Look at this
Yeah,
crazy.
it's totally unsustainable.
It did a 10x like from what was it 2 years ago, right?
Yep.
Yeah. You had 10x. That is 1,000%. That's like a meme coin right there.
Yeah, it's absolutely unsustainable. You know, and you can see it's starting to round
So
off
and I
now.
mean,
They did a split.
yeah, you got that rounded top here.
They did a split. I think it was a
They
10,
had the higher,
a 1-for-10 split.
lower, low.
Oh,
Oh, that's why.
they were trading at
Why don't you talk about
$2,000.
what is split? What's a split? You know?
No, I mean, there's two different splits. When a company's successful, they do a regular split where they split one share into multiple shares. And that's to make the company's shares more attractive to retail investors, basically, and like smaller time, maybe even smaller institutions and stuff. Because once you get up to the point where their shares were $2,000 a piece, a regular retail investor looks at that and they're like, I'm not, I can't, I'm not going to touch that. I can't, what can I can afford, I mean, nowadays you can buy fractions of shares, but still it's just a mental,
Yep.
it's a mental thing. So they did a 1-for-10 split, which is one share gives you 10. But that's not to be confused with reverse splits, or when companies are doing horribly, such as they can't meet the NASDAQ minimum price requirement of $1 a share. So they do a reverse split where they turn 10 shares into one. That's called the investor getting screwed.
And you got to watch out for that stuff. They can they can water down stock if they wanted to, right?
Yeah, it's
Or they can do the opposite.
a tragedy with some of these companies. They will literally just do offering after offering. They're not making money. So they do offering after offering, trying to fund their business through the next year or two. And then once they drop below that minimum price, or they don't have the liquidity they need, they do a reverse split, and then they start doing more offerings again and sell cashless warrants and all this other, horrible things that screw over
Scammy stuff.
that screws over the regular retail
You
investor.
know?
Well, it's one of those things.
What's another one we should look at real quick?
As far as stocks go, I mean, we probably should check out Palantir. We should probably check out Palantir.
Oh yeah.
Should check out the winner, the big winner.
Yeah, Palantir has been going crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't you talk about that real quick? I'm gonna go switch some pulled pork over real quick.
Yeah, well, I gotta get a better look at this chart. But so basically, Palantir got listed at, I believe it was $12 a share, something like that. And of course, when most stocks get listed, they have their IPO. It's called initial public offering, where they say, "Hey, here's some of our shares. Take them, buy them." And then in return, the company gets a bunch of money that they can do stuff with. So luckily, Palantir's actually been doing the right things. Their CEO, what is his name? Alex Karp, I believe his name is, but the CEO of Palantir, Alex Karp, he is kind of a polarizing figure. Some people don't like him. That can be a problem. He wrote a whole book that was kind of provocative. So, well, they've been doing the right thing. So obviously, you see this huge price spike into the 40s right after they were listed, and that's because they do AI. That's all they do. That's all they've ever done is artificial intelligence. So with the artificial intelligence boom, I mean, in their IPO, they went through the roof for a while. That's common. They will come back down to earth, which is, all just a thing that happens. And then if the company's doing the right thing, they're building value for their investors, they're increasing their earnings per share, they're getting contracts, which is what Palantir's been doing, they will indeed go back up. I mean, that's going to set you some pretty tough resistance levels. Most of them have been broken now, though. So basically, the only resistance level left is in the 40s. They broke through the rest of them. Their last earnings was good. They're just signing more and more contracts every day. Massive government contracts. They've stopped terrorist attacks with their artificial intelligence systems. In order to get these guys in the door at your company to help train your employees how to use their AI, they call it AI boot camp. It's $1 million minimum to get one of their guys through the door of your company. They are making bank, and their earnings per share is just going to keep on climbing.
And that was like a giant inverse Adam and Eve.
Yeah,
right? I can see us going back to the all-time high there.
Yeah, not to mention,
Am I on the wrong one?
No, it's perfect. Palantir
should be it.
Yeah, not to mention, they're probably going to be added into the S&P 500 soon. So they meet all the criteria. Yeah. So I mean, their market cap is in 50 billion or something. So they're gonna be in the S&P before you know it.
Look at that. This was back from here. I'm gonna get rid of that. That was back when we were talking about this Adam and Eve. It just keeps making an Adam and Eve. See, one right there, and then boom, that thing freaking rocks.
Yeah. When were we talking about these guys? The winter of 2023.
I did that.
Yeah, I believe we were talking about
flag. You know, it was like in this time, like May of 2023. Yeah.
Yeah, and then into the fall.
We were talking about Palantir when it was at like $10, dude. And now it's at 30. So you would have done 3x if you'd watched the Manic Money Finance channel back then. You would have seen that we talked about Palantir and we had a projection of $20, and it exceeded our expectations.
Oh yeah, that one definitely did. You know, don't get me wrong. Not everything I pick is a winner, but that one definitely is. I mean, I was talking about BlackBerry then too, but I can't say they're a winner. Not yet.
Not yet. But you know, like anything can happen. You got a lot of wild cards.
I'm a wild card. That's what I say. We're going on a road trip. I cut the brake lines the night before because I'm the wild card.
Keep them on their toes, you know.
Does the pop filter make a difference?
Oh man.
You hear my audio? Are you getting a lot of from me?
Yeah, I don't hear anything that's off. It sounds good to me. So yeah, BTC, right? We were going through that. I got distracted. All right. So Bitcoin right now, I'm buying it. All right. I'm not trading it. I'm not trading leverage, but I'm averaging into Bitcoin. I'm actually averaging into some of the altcoins as well.
Oh, what kind of altcoins?
I'm bullish.
What altcoins do you like? Ooh. I like XRP.
You know, we could
all the way.
XRP. I see. Yeah, XRP is being it's being sluggish, but we know something's coming, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's only a matter of time before XRP is $2 again. So that's where you're gonna have, you know.
Oh, $3. It's gonna go to $3 real quick.
I was thinking $3, but I didn't want to say it.
Yeah, could go 5. It can go, yeah, but right now it's been flat for years, right? Like at least 2 years. 55, 60 cents, just been doing nothing, right? Everybody's like, screw XRP, I'm not gonna look at it. I'm done with it. It's so manipulated, it's so scammy. And usually when things like this happen in crypto, everybody gives up and looks away and moves on to something else, then it blows up. And then, you know, the people who stuck with it, they made their money, but the people who sold,
they get
screwed.
You know what I hear?
Jump back in at the top.
You know what I hear when people start going like, "Oh, it's going down. You're gonna lose your money." I just hear,
"Time to buy."
Wah! Yep, and then I buy. Oh, good times.
But I mean, Bitcoin runs a show, right? Let's get that out there because If Bitcoin crashes, everything else crashes. It's off the table. So I mean, Bitcoin runs the show.
Yes,
No.
it's annoying.
So we're looking at the daily, and this is why I think we have bottomed. All right. We just started a new month, so not for the month, but I'd say this wick right here, we went to it a couple of weeks ago, went to 49K, right? And took this pool of liquidity. So everybody who is playing this full flag all the way back here, this is like a long time ago, right? They put their stop loss probably right here. And if they're really cheeky, you know, they would put it a little bit further. They got wiped out, right? All that, everybody who's playing this, expecting it to go to 100K, they got wiped out. And what happened after that? Bitcoin reversed and showed a willingness to continue to the upside, right? We had this
It's kind of like
wick
when you get back
came
together with
up
your ex-girlfriend and it isn't horrible.
for a little bit until she takes all your stuff.
Yeah, until she brings up all
So
that
yeah, we had this
ancient
flag,
history.
and it didn't go to the measured move. It actually went to what we call an SR flip, so support resistance flip. So this had previously been support right here. It bounced there, fell through there, it bounced there, bounced there. It came up and it said nope, came back down. So this is a significant area where I put my red line. It's the midpoint of the range. And when you get into this area, it's the worst place to take a trade because it's pretty much 50-50. But if you look right here now, right, all these wicks, 1, 2, 3, 4, right, there's kind of a range right there. Can the daily get back up above this?
Doesn't look good.
That's the big question.
It doesn't look
Right?
good.
Yeah, it looks like we're gonna crash down.
I don't know. It's bouncing. It's bouncing off that what 57,
Right?
58. But that formation in
It's
general
yeah,
looks like
it's
dog
having
doo.
trouble at 60. Yeah, it's not looking good. So and now we have this pool liquidity down here as well. So if they're really trying to be smart, people put their stop losses below here. There's a chance we can go
Ooh.
into this pool liquidity.
Ooh.
Right? And then you also have this one down here as well, which would be 23. We don't have to get too bearish here now, but those possibilities are on the table. All right. Can we get back above the 21? That's the big question. And the RSI, right? RSI is curling up. We have the crossover. This is, this is an area right here, right? When we got the crossover, we got the pump. Can we get the pump, right? We're in the oversold region right now. So the RSI is telling us we're going to get a pump. It could go either way, though, right? Because we have all this resistance and we still have to get back above the 200. And I'm going to just say, like, we have more downside until we can get the daily back above 200 moving averages. I would be very cautious. I would not be entering into super high leverage trades trying to long this thing.
Yeah.
And,
I mean,
right now,
39. So
telling us
so interestingly enough, 39, 40, 42 level is kind of like really crucial because it costs more than 30,000 to mine one Bitcoin now.
Oh yeah. So look, see when we came up, it came down, touched there, right? That's an area. It was bouncing off in here, right? It touched there, bounced, kind of touched here, came down, and then it got through. So that's another area of support. All in here, right? It could come back into here real quick. It needs to get money. It needs to liquidate people in order to drive it higher, right? Because when when their stop loss gets hit, it's triggering a buy order or a sell order, depending on what position you're taking. Right now, it's looking like we can run down, right? And I'm looking at this 786 going to the 4 hour. This is where I'm looking at. I'd say since it's the beginning of the month, right? The first week of the month, typically, if we are bullish, we are going to trade down for the first week of the month. This is how we create the wick. And then we're going to run out higher pools of liquidity. So, right, I'm looking at this 786 down here, right at 52K, right? Let's look at our monthly. It would make sense for us. Right now, we have a bullish candle. I could see this turning red, coming down into here, and then lifting off. All right, let's look at the 1 hour. Right, 1 hour is telling us, hey, we might get a move here, right? Because we have the 21 pointing up, and we got the 200. It's gonna make the move for the 200. Right? Can it get back above this area? Right, and let's put a line right at the 200 where that is. Yeah, resistance, 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 support, support, resistance, resistance. Right, this is a big area that we're battling right now. So this is why within the next week, you're going to know if the bull run is going to continue. We're going to know within the next week or two. If we're going to get some Wreck City kind of stuff, oh, you're going to know. But the 1 hour is looking good, right? Let's see what... I've been staying away from the 1 minute. But, right, if you're going to scalp the 1 minute, right, here's a signal. It's been scammy, right? You would have taken it there, you would have been stopped out. You would have taken it there, you've been stopped out. If you took the signal here, right, at the crossover, which is what I teach, the golden cross, boom, you got paid, right? Happened here too. Same with the inverse, right? If we go below and the white crosses the yellow, we're going down. But stay away from the 1 minute. Why? Because I already told you it's scammy, right? It's scammy price action. You would have lost money in here. That's just how it is. It's better to stick with the higher time frames. 15-minute, you're golden, right? The 15 minutes going to tell you. 15-minute right now is telling us we're going up, right? That's just it, right? If you had opened a trade right here, as we got back above with the cross, right now you'd be paid. But it's Monday, right? We don't trading on Mondays is very volatile, very scammy as well. My mentor calls it false move Mondays. It's more often than not you're gonna get what's known in ICT as the Judas swing. We're gonna get a false move up to trick people into either going long or short, and the market reverses, takes the stop losses, and then goes for continuation. Right? It's manipulation. AMD profiles, accumulation, manipulation, and distribution, right? Because what
AMD?
that, right? What's accumulation? Yeah, AMD profiles. Right. So that's fine here.
Not to be confused with the CPU chips. By the way, AMD, that's a buy right now. 100%.
AMD, huh?
Yeah. Actually,
this is accumulate. Okay, accumulation is a range where we're going sideways. What is accumulation doing? It's building sentiment, right? People are anticipating, oh, we're going down or we're going up. That's what accumulation does. It's building sentiment in the market. What happens next is manipulation. So the move that it makes, usually first, more often than not, is a false move to trick people into thinking we're going down. So right here, it was the bear flag. Right, people are playing this bear flag or the rising wedge. Right, I mean you could see it multiple different ways. Right, this one you would have been paid. Right, that would have paid you. Right. So that's the manipulation. Then distribution, right? Then we continue. These last week has just been such garbage. But you can find these patterns, right? If we showed you the bull flag, right? It's the same exact thing when you flip it upside down, right? A bull flag is the same thing as a bear flag. It's just upside down, right? Let's see. What's the? No, not that. That's the link there. Anyways, yeah. Let's see what Bitcoin is doing. I'm expecting us to trade down for the first week of the month, right?
Really?
And
Because
if
it's
we
a holiday week?
if we trade up, yeah. Well, the way this works, if we're bullish for the month, typically, historically speaking, the first week is going to trade down. First and last week, terrible. It's the second and third week that we get the moves,
Okay.
which we create the body of the candle. We have open, low, high, and close, right? We have the open of the candle. Go into that. Where it opens should be here. The low, which is the bottom of the range, in this case, the monthly range, each candle is a month, is the bottom of the wick. The high, right? You can use this candle right here, is the wick on the top. This is the high. This is gonna sound this will blow your mind. It sounds so basic. But when my mentor told me this, it just unlocked a whole realm of possibilities. So this is so obvious what I'm about to say. Every candle has an open, every candle has a low, and every candle has a high. Right? What does that tell you? Doesn't matter what time range you're in. If it's the 1 minute to 30 seconds,
Yeah.
every candle has a low and every candle has a high. That means you can buy a low and you could sell a high. It depends on where you're gonna go. And what we're doing is we're gonna determine the direction using the higher time frames. If I'm playing the monthly, right? I'm gonna be looking for previous candles. What happened here, right? This is a bearish engulfing candle. Tricking people to think, oh yeah, we're going short. I'm anticipating for this candle this month to run out this high. Right. So it's September 2nd.
Okay.
I am anticipating by the second to third week, we will be back above 64,500.
So that's why you're going bullish.
Right.
In the short
right
term.
now, right? So, and it could run this high out and then rip to the downside, right? It could take all the people's stop losses who are going short right now. They're like, yep, it's going down. I'm short.
Yep.
They put their stop loss above this. What is the market going to do? It's going to steal your money. And it always does that. It's going to take the stop losses before it decides to go. Accumulation, manipulation, then distribution. Right? This whole last 6 months, right, has been accumulated. It's been accumulating in a range. Building sentiment, right? On both sides, right? People have their stop losses below here, which they got wrecked last couple weeks. And they have stop losses above here. You know how much liquidity is above 70,000 right now? Got a lot of money up there, right? So
like a lot of people who bought,
convenient?
Or a lot of people who will buy.
A lot of people shorting. A lot of people shorting the markets right now, thinking they're smart. Oh, this is the top. I'm going to short Bitcoin. I'm going to put my stop loss up here. 74K. It ain't going up there. And what happens when it goes up there?
Well,
automatically trigger a buy.
We looked at the chart earlier when it comes to Bitcoin and elections anyways. So every single election, Bitcoin goes up into the election, and then it just keeps going up after.
Look what it did here, right? remember this one. Everybody was like, "Oh yeah, it topped out and it went down," and they started shorting. So what did they do? They put their stop losses up here with the red lines. What did the market do?
What
It came up, took the stop losses, and then it wrecked everybody and went down.
do you have Discord and this chart on a separate screen?
Let's see. Oh yeah, I got Discord and I got like 4 screens
You got
right
your
now.
chart
So
up
yeah, I
and your
got
Discord down. And I'm not
yeah.
using any of my extra screens right now. I'm basically just going vanilla today. This is vanilla. This is missionary right now.
So yeah, if we're bullish for the month, we're going to trade down first. Right? If we trade up, that's not a good sign. Usually that means we're gonna go down. So because we're creating the wick right now, at the beginning of the month. It's only 2 days into the month, so right now it needs to create the wick. Maybe even create this double bottom right here, and then run up for the. You know how much liquidity is above us in here at 74K? You got billions of dollars literally sitting up there. Wouldn't it be convenient for it to come and take that money? Go to like 85, 86K or 90K, like
Short
everybody it's going to 100K, and it wrecks everybody.
short sellers getting margin called makes me happy. Short sellers getting liquidated, that makes me happy. I am an unbearable bull, so yeah.
Yeah, for Bitcoin, I'm permanent bull right here.
I mean, I'm an unbearable bull when it comes to trading in general. It's probably something I need to break out of, a habit I have to break out of. But you know, I'm always like,
monthly time frame is bullish, right? It's always been bullish, has never been bearish. As of right now, so right, and we can come down to 23K, and that would still be making a higher low, and then boom, blast off, right?
yep, that's crazy.
So we're still bullish if it goes down to 24K.
I mean, if you
Still bullish.
go on StockTwits or the message boards where people are going back and forth and talking about this stuff, anytime Bitcoin goes down 3K, they're just like, oh, it's dying, it's dead, this is it.
Yep. Bitcoin dies a lot,
Yeah, and then it's reborn.
Yeah, why don't we talk about AMD?
AMD.
Check the clock real quick.
So, I mean, AMD is interesting because it is at a higher P/E than price to earnings ratio than most of these chip stocks right now. But much like Nvidia, who's investing tons of money into different AI companies in order to have a stake in those companies and possibly just hostile takeover them, tender offer. So AMD just acquired a massive AI company and cost them close to $6 billion, but they acquired it completely, which will be helping their bottom line. This is a company that does AI infrastructure. So it's a little bit different than Nvidia, who's buying AI based companies, which are working more in the software side of things. Oh, and I think that's going to help AMD a lot. There's a lot of downside in the near term to AMD due to the really high P/E ratio, the fact that they don't offer a dividend, etc., etc. But I'm also bullish on Intel, which is their most direct competitor. So I'm kind of all over the place when it comes to this chip stuff. Like, I think Intel's a decent buy because they just got absolutely clobbered with the chip problems they were having, and I also think AMD is something to start looking into. I would call AMD a 1% of your portfolio, nothing more. But
high risk.
yeah, well, I was telling them that the P/E ratio for AMD is insane. Like, it's less than Nvidia, but it's substantially higher than Intel. And Intel's been one of those companies that's been rocking between 30 and 50 for freaking 20 years. It's crazy. Intel should be, they are 2.27% on their dividend right now, which isn't great, but
Doesn't make sense.
huh?
doesn't make sense, until it's such a big company.
Yeah, they're I don't know, the way they make money, their profit margin, not great. But AMD, I was telling them, the viewers, that AMD doesn't even offer a dividend. Instead, they just spent
Wow,
$6 million on an
right.
AI company. 6 billion.
Well, there you go. That's Microsoft, right?
So it's weird. Microsoft is actually a buy. Microsoft, 100% a buy. I don't care what anybody says. There is
Yeah, let's look at
nobody.
that.
There is nobody doing what Microsoft just keeps on doing, marching forward. Bought up Bethesda.
Look at this.
They're buying. They bought up Activision. They're buying up video game companies because they know where the money is at. Doing Microsoft exclusive stuff, so they're bringing. The Xbox sales have kind of dropped a bit. PlayStation's selling more consoles, but let's face it, Microsoft is a computer company. They don't need the Xbox. Most of your people who are playing these Microsoft games are playing them on a computer.
Look at this. So, right. So this is the money printer strategy. I'm going to go into the money printer strategy real quick.
Let's
And
do it.
I briefly touched on it the last when we were looking at Bitcoin, that wick, how it took out the pool of liquidity. So check out this. I put this long position out. When was this? Second, right? I put that. It's just ever since gone up. And how did we know to go long, right? We're looking for a candle to raid a pool of liquidity. What is a pool of liquidity? It's people's stop losses. We're buying people's stop losses. That's what we do, right? And if you did that, right, people put their stop losses below this low, right? Look at that. Took the stop loss, and now it's going to continue to go up, right? Look at it here again. Another money printer, right? We had people with their stops there. They also put their stops under here, and they might have been put it under here if they were feeling they were smart. Look what happened. It raided that pool liquidity, and then it ripped to the upside. So this is why, right? This is long right here. That's why we went long. We bought these people's stop losses, right? Where we're going to sell, right? We're going to sell at the opposing pools of liquidity, right? Which would be up here. Right now, I mean, there is this kind of, right? This shoulder, head, almost a right shoulder here. So I'd be watching that. That's a head and shoulders pattern. So that could rip to the downside some more. Take out this pool of liquidity, right? Wouldn't that be convenient? And let's see where's that 786? Oh yeah, it's right there. So that's a 2-hour chart.
Well, I think
I'm still bullish on Microsoft.
Yeah, I mean, I am bullish on a lot of these, but I'm still giving a 33% chance that our economy goes into a major recession, if not depression, in 2025. This quantitative easing.
Oh well, yeah, they've been holding it off.
Yeah.
It should have already happened.
It's unsustainable what they're doing.
Pumping money into the system.
Yep.
Yeah, and with the price action on all these stocks, what we just went through just shows you. I mean, signs of what's going to happen. It can only go up so much.
Well, there's a big.
We're correct.
There's a big clue that lets you know that this is artificial and this is not a natural thing, because if you look at the money supply has more than doubled since 2019. It more than doubled. So ipso facto, every major freaking index should have more than doubled since 2019, and that is not what happened. So it kind of gives you a clue.
If you think logically about this stuff, none of it makes sense.
Yeah,
so then you know it's rigged.
Throw out the logic out the window, grab the magic 8-ball. Should I buy this dot? Give it a shake. Hey.
Yeah, so is there anything else before we start going in some altcoins here? That's what everybody's waiting for. They want to hear about the altcoins. How can I make 1000x?
No, go right ahead.
let's get into what's going on as XRP, right? I don't want to be a shiller for XRP.
I mean,
Yeah, I got I have some XRP. I got a chunk of it. It's nothing big, only a few $1,000s. But I wouldn't be betting any serious big money on this kind of stuff. But I am positioned well where, if we do get a move, I'll get paid well. So yeah, like
56 cents, huh?
XRP here. Yeah, right. And so if Bitcoin pumps, expect
Yeah.
typically you would expect it to pump, but
Looking at this 1
who
year
knows what that.
XRP chart, and I'm just thinking, ew.
Look at this. Look how scammy this is. Dude. Look, right? All right. So, right. Play this flag. We're gonna just go through it. That's a bull flag. You tried to play it, right? Boom. Stopped out. Right. All right. So then I'll try to play this bull flag right here. Boom. Stopped out again. Now you're like, oh, I'm getting frustrated. And then boom, you see this huge move. I remember that day, dude. I remember I sold my XRP at like 79 cents that day. I remember watching it at work. It was just insane.
Yeah, it was
So
that
yeah,
was
you try to play
the
this flag.
SEC. That was them winning the SEC ruling, basically. I mean, they didn't
Yeah,
outright win,
that
but
brief. Right, you try to play that flag, and then boom, you get wrecked. Okay, and then you try to play this flag right here. You can keep going. It just wrecks people, dude. See this? Another flag just gets walked on. Right? And I mean, this is kind of a flag, right? That's another flag right here. You can take all the flags here, and they always just get walked on. So we have another flag, right? You're playing this one currently. Probably was stopped out on this wick. Now just coming back up. Right?
Yes.
Kind of have an inverse head and shoulders.
So you basically just got to buy at the bottom of a stop loss hunt. It seems like.
Or just short all the bull flags.
Yeah.
Like it's just do the complete opposite of what you would think.
Do both.
So the XRP is super scammy. Not something you want to trade. I hold it because of the hype around it, and hey, if something happens. And also because basically it's a stable coin. It just stays in the same place. So XRP, I mean, yeah, if it does go back to all-time highs, right? $2,
Okay.
which is 4x from here, almost a 4x from here. Not bad, right? I'd take a 2-3x on XRP. I'll take that all day.
Very nice.
But just the hype around it. It's just, I mean, something in my opinion you want to at least hold a little bit of it.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
Exactly.
Like I
1%.
said, I only have a few $1,000s in there. It's not like putting 10, 20, 30K in it,
Do you eat on stream?
All right. What was that?
You ever eat on stream?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't.
I barely eat. It's too expensive. I figured, like if I could just stop eating
Yeah.
and like stop sleeping, I could probably make a lot of money.
I can't afford to eat. I got to keep buying these things. Got to keep buying these pieces. I'm not endorsed, and I am not advertising for Kingston.
Full disclosure.
Or
right,
Samsung.
Aerodrome.
This the Samsung 990. Guess the storage capacity on this thing, Corey.
2 terabytes.
Cuatro. Better than most, though. Better than most people's guesses.
Bullshit.
Yeah, that's gonna be the my C drive. You know what I mean? The internal motherboard hard drive, the M2. It's called.
The M2, huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So yeah, we got the aerodrome here.
Ooh.
We got chubby triangle.
Are you
Typically the chubby triangle breaks the downside.
okay? Are you a chubby chaser?
No.
No.
I got a weight limit on this ride, baby.
I meant the triangle, Corey.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm saying this.
Oh jeez.
Probably. Well, it really depends on what Bitcoin does here.
Oh. Yep.
If
Obviously,
Bitcoin
yes.
decided, you know. But Aerodrome was one of the ones I put out at the beginning of the bull run when we were doing the Manic Money Finance. I'm sure if you go back and look at our videos, you'd see that we told you to buy Aerodrome and Palm AI. That was another one.
Palm. Yeah, Palm. Yeah, the thing.
The Palm AI.
Dude, the thing with Palm, but remember what I told you about Palm back then was that, okay, this is doing good. The price action, the chart looks nice. The problem is they are in no way, shape, or form involved with Google's actual Palm AI system. Yeah. That is, they were straight up. Same.
There was a lot of speculation.
Well, it's the same thing with Gronk. The Gronk coin there.
Yeah.
That
was another one that went insane.
Yeah. And it's they weren't affiliated with Elon Musk's Gronk in any way, shape, or form.
No. Yeah. There's a lot of that stuff is
got to be careful.
Crypto. So I mean, you know that. Yeah, if you know it, we knew it, right? This is crypto. It's gonna do that. It's gonna do that stuff.
Oh, what about Hawk Tua?
So we just sold. Oh yeah. That's another one, you know.
Hawk Tua coin.
You're gonna just expect it, you know, like a lot of these memes. They're great. They're funny for about like a week or two, you know, and then get rid of it, right? On to the next one. That's how it is. So if you're trying to hold these meme coins and you're listening to these influencers on YouTube and crypto, whatever, oh, XRP is going to $10. Oh, like Palm AI is going to go up. You just keep holding.
Yeah.
No, we told you to sell, right?
We
told you, we showed you, we sold.
Oh.
In the second week of buying it.
My screen is mirrored.
We were out. We made our money, and we moved on. That was it.
How did I not? I just went to hold up my phone to show people the Hawk Tua chart, and my screen was mirrored.
I saw it.
Yeah, my screen was mirrored. I don't know how to change it. But yeah, that's why it's red. It looks like it's going up, right? But it's not. It's red. Just imagine it the other way around.
Oh, it's yeah.
Because if I'm gonna unmirror my screen, I gotta do it before we start streaming. But yeah.
Oh man, it's just you gotta be very careful with this crypto stuff. If you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna get walked on. That's just how it is. This channel is hopefully gonna help you, like dispel the illusion on holding meme coins forever, right?
Oh,
if you get a 2x, you better sell. You better get your money, right? And if it goes to 3-4x, well, guess what? You can jump back in. You gotta keep your risk management in check. But if you get a 2x, you do 100%. Professional hedge fund managers, they're happy with 3%.
I don't
4%.
When it comes to these. Well, I say when it comes to the meme coins, if you do get 100% basically overnight, but at least pull out your initial investment.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, at least pull out your initial investment. Yeah. Because
now you're playing with the house's money.
Yeah, well, with SafeMoon, I was really glad that I didn't pull out all my money after the 2-time, because we went up to the 20-time.
And that was also when you were first starting out as well. You didn't know all the information that we know now. And the more that you know, it's like, dude, I mean, it's more risky to not take your money. I'd rather take my money and move on to something else because I know how many opportunities are out there. Every single day there's an opportunity, right? I don't have to keep sitting holding, you know, whatever poo coin it is for the flavor of the month. You know, you don't have to hold on to it forever and just get wrecked, right?
Poo coin.
That's where a lot of people get into trouble.
There was an actual poo coin too.
You know,
I
yeah.
wish I was
And
joking.
you know, if my students watching this, I'm bringing up. I'm not gonna tell. I'm not gonna say your name, but we talked about it in private sessions, man. Like you were up 10K on these meme coins, and I was saying at least take your initial investment out. I hope you did. You know, we haven't talked about that, but I mean, you were up 10, 20K, and the market decided to correct. So
When was the last
this is
time you
why, right?
had a chat with him?
It was like last week.
Is he still okay?
So
Is he okay?
yeah, he's good.
Okay.
You know, it's one of those things. And I had a couple other people that weren't really not communicating with me through Zoom, but people in my personal life that I got. Solana. I got this dude. He's in his 60s. He just retired. He put like 10K into Solana. It was like $20, dude, and he killed it. I don't know. I didn't ask him. I told him to sell like a couple months ago, dude. Just take your money. You're up over 300%. I put it into perspective. I told him like you're literally up 300%. If anybody who is a professional stock market trader, any professional would have sold their position long.
So he bought around $20.
Right? Yeah, it was like really he got lucky with that one.
I mean, he's still over 6 times, almost 7 times. Solana's 134, so
I was telling him to sell it like 200. So
yeah, 10 time. 10. If you hit a 10 time, just get the heck out,
dude. Right? Like if I'm not taking shots at anybody, but if you're up 10 times, man, like what are you doing? Like professionals can't even do that. And you're not taking your money. Come on, man. Like there's so many opportunities. Why don't you just go and move on to the next one and continue to do it? Secure the bag. And the more you pay yourself in this game, the easier it gets, right?
Yeah.
Right. And I had the problem when I first started out. I didn't want to sell, right? Safe Moon was another one, right? I was up like 3K on Safe Moon. Didn't sell it. Didn't sell a single coin. I still got my Safe Moon. You know how much it's worth? Like $2 now.
Yeah. Freaking.
Let's see if I can pull that up.
Are you?
Nah, it's in my trust.
It wouldn't be. You're not on the. You exchanged right to the second contract. You didn't stay on the first contract.
Yeah, it was V2.
Okay, you went to version 2.
Went to V2.
Nice.
Oh yeah, it's still worthless.
Yes. You got to be careful. If you're not careful, you'll get screwed. See that? Screwed.
Yeah, it's gonna get walked on you. And that's what these big companies. That's why I mean, big money's in this. They know the game, and they know it's not regulated, and they know, not saying you or anybody else watching the channel, they know dumb money is in this game, and they don't know the rules, and they're gonna just listen to some dude on YouTube tell them, oh, it's going to 100x. It's gonna do what Bitcoin.
Some dude that got paid 25 grand by the founders and the devs.
And then you look at the circulating supply. It's like 200 billion, and it has a max supply of infinity. Like, oh, this is the great. I can't wait till this coin reaches $1. It's got like 7 zeros in it. Like,
oh yeah.
People, and that's why you're watching the channel, right? Is to learn this stuff, and you have to get a concept of market cap and circulating supply, be able to do the math and say, well, can this actually go to $1? If it does go to $1, how much would the market cap be, right? Oh, it's 6 times what the entire stock, the index of the S&P 500 is.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
maybe one day.
It's like the XRP maximalists who were saying that XRP was going to be the new world reserve currency and that it was going to 100.
$1,000.
Yeah, $1,000 a coin, and I'm like, there's 30 billion coins in the circulating supply. For it to be $1,000, add 3 zeros to 30 billion. I was like, I don't think that's happening.
Or, unless they burn half the supply, that's another thing, but is
Yeah.
that going to happen? No.
Yeah, honestly, deflationary
I
coins
think-
like Binance are pretty sweet. Has Binance bounced back from that dude getting arrested and stuff? Because that you remember that he had to plead guilty.
Yeah, like easy.
Yeah, he had to plead guilty. Whatever happened to him?
They basically robbed the dude and he resigned. And I think there's someone else that is doing Binance. But Binance, yeah, like right. Look at this chart. I don't know if you still see my screen here. Of course, yeah, this is Binance. I'm holding Binance. It looks like Bitcoin, right? It's a cup and handle. It's just a little bit different, you know. Got the cup right here
Oh, he's currently incarcerated.
and the handle. Oh, really?
He doubled his net worth behind bars.
So yeah, Binance is another coin I'm holding. I got a couple coins of Binance. I know it's a little pricey for $553 a coin, but this has the potential of, even doing a 3x. I could see Binance doing a 3-4x easily. One of the biggest, it's right up there with Coinbase.
Dude, this is insane. Do you know he is the richest person to go behind bars ever?
Really?
Yeah, with a net worth, I think at the time, because Binance was, dropping, his net worth was, in the 30s of billions, something like that. Now he's worth over 60 billion. He just got richer as he hung out for a summer in minimum security prison.
Yeah, that guy is probably chilling,
Honestly, it's a perfect get out. I mean, the funny thing is he didn't necessarily really even do all that much wrong. 4 months in prison. So because he refused to wall off his exchange in order to prevent money launderers and drug sellers basically from accessing it. That's it.
Governments hate competition.
Yeah, that's it. Like,
That's what it is.
yeah, I mean, oh, it's wild to me. The crazy thing to me is that all these blockchains are transparent. Like, you might not be able to track down the wallet to a physical location, but they can't take that money out without the government knowing. It has to be, they have to sell it on an exchange. They can't just, or some other third party
Yeah.
would have to be willing to wash the money for them, which would be impossible. It's just it doesn't make any sense to me, but what can you do? And the government was
Right,
seizing billions in cryptocurrency that was being used by these illegal organizations. People were like, "Oh wait, I thought that Bitcoin couldn't be traced, tracked, or seized, but you guys seized Bitcoin?" Oh,
It's like, yeah, okay.
oh,
They all of it's lies,
yeah. Now remember Warren
I
Buffett.
actually look high right now.
What's up?
I mean, I would put a little money into Palm AI.
You think there's gonna be a little bit of a bounce back?
I mean, we got 8% today. That was the other thing.
Let's see.
I mean, if we continue, it's all. I mean, obviously all the altcoins are gonna pump. So it's that easy. If Bitcoin pumps, altcoins pump.
Well, let's see. The Palm AI page is semi-active. Palm AI page is active. Nope, they posted 15 minutes ago. Huh.
Oh, so see, look at this. We have like a flag, huh?
Yeah, no.
I might just go buy some Palm AI right now. You know what I'm saying?
They have spaces. They do spaces where they talk about USDT rewards. Nice. So Palm they're just marching along. They haven't stopped.
But yeah, if I mean this flag right here, we're projecting. I'm gonna just put it out right now. All right, we're putting out Palm AI right now for a 25% move.
To the
Right?
upside in the next month?
Goes to 50 cents. Within the next week.
Next week.
If the flag plays out. Yeah, that's what we're looking at.
Okay.
If this flag plays out, I mean, we'll raid this double top, which would make sense, right? And you can pay yourself at 70 cents, right? Buy at 47 cents right now. Dude, come on now.
It does seem like a move up is coming because it seems like a lot of people are short in the
That's not
market.
even much. I would pay myself after this move, right? And if it continues, so what? I'll find another way to get in. Right, if it goes back to the all-time high, boom, baby.
What was the all-time high?
Talking about 4x, $2, $1.99. So 47 cents right now to $2. Come on now, we're giving you the plays.
No, this chart actually.
Right, so Palm AI.
Huh?
I'm gonna grab some Palm AI.
I mean, I like to look at the 52-week low and high. So the 52-week low is 7 cents. The 52-week high is $1.99. So we are much closer to the 52-week low. Obviously, there's been pumps, little
reward
pumps along the way through this. Like even if you did not get out at the first top, within several weeks it topped out again. At that point, if you didn't get out, when above $1.75, then you're like me and you eat purple crayons. Oh, and
it's like great.
Yeah, and then like right now, if you were to take that chart, that Palm AI chart, and you were basically looking at the last 3 months alone, that's a nice wedge right there. How does it? Yeah, if you look at the last 3 months alone, even the last month, if you look at the last month, I mean, there was massive freaking liquidation spikes down where they robbed out. Huh. You see that? Yeah. Are you on the monthly right now? Are you on the 1 month chart or is that the daily?
Oh, I'm on. I was gonna go through on CoinMarketCap.
Oh, that's Solana.
I know a lot of people watching this. They probably have a little bit of a question. I was like, okay, I want to buy Palm AI. I just don't know how to do it. I only got a Coinbase. I don't know what to do. How do I buy Palm AI? So I'm gonna walk you through it right now. We're gonna go through it. All right, we're gonna come up. This is CoinMarketCap.com.
Oh, I gotta step away for 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go through this. So come to CoinMarketCap, right? We want to buy Palm AI or any other coin, whatever it is. Then it comes to this website right here, and we're gonna go into our search bar, and we're gonna search. We're gonna search for the coin that we want. Right? We're gonna select Palm AI, right? And if you have a question about the contract, right, you want to make sure you got the right contract address, which is right here. You can see this contracts right here, and it's on the Ethereum network, so that we know it's an ERC20 token, right? What's an ERC20 token? It's a token that runs on the Ethereum network, okay? Palm AI, you got all the information you need here, right? And you're gonna have to save CoinMarketCap to your favorites on your for your websites, because this is such a powerful tool right here, folks, right? We can come in here and we get all the information that we need, right? We were just talking about total circulating supply, market cap, all this other stuff. Well, this is the website you want to go to get this information, right? So you can come down here, so you can see market cap right now is 36 million, right? $36,980,777, right? And our circulating supply tells us that there's 79 million Palm AI tokens currently in the circulating supply. So these coins are currently in circulation, which goes into this number of 37 million. That's the total amount of money that is in Palm AI right now. You can come down to total supply and see that there's 100 million Palm AI tokens for the total supply. That means right now that there's 21 million coins out there that we don't know where they are. They could be minted in the future. They could be a number of other things. Okay.
Is Palm AI
So I want to buy
deflationary?
Palm AI. Let's see. You can find that information when we come down into here going about Palm AI. And it's going to tell you what the project is, what their goals are, what they're aiming to do, right? Utilizing Google's cutting edge AI suite. Well, we just talked about that. I think that's it's fake news. Okay, frankly,
I mean, they might be
I heard from another
utilizing,
person.
like they might be using the consumer, AI suite that Google offers. But let's be honest, they're not affiliated with Palm AI.
Mm. Okay, so yeah, that's key word right there. Utilizing.
Yep.
All right, that doesn't mean they're a part of it. All right, so I've done my research. I'm like, yeah, this is a cool token. I like the charts. I like what I'm seeing. I come up to Palm AI Markets, right? This is where I can find how and where I can buy the coin. So we can see Uniswap has it, Gate.io has it, MEXC has it. Okay, so now let's get into it. You have a Coinbase account, but you don't have a crypto wallet. You might not know what a crypto wallet is. Well, guess what? We're going to teach you right now. Crypto wallet is different from a crypto exchange. A crypto exchange is where you can buy the tokens, and yes, you're holding them on the exchange, but technically they are not your tokens or coins until you offload it into a wallet. A wallet allows you to interact with the Web3 network, right? It can allow you to access the decentralized exchanges. There's a complete different set of exchanges. So Coinbase is a centralized exchange. They take KYC, they take your information, and they collect that and send it to the tax man. So they have your name and number. So a decentralized exchange
Hey,
does not do that. They don't.
Corey.
Yeah.
I
What's
have
up?
I have to go pick up a my company truck for
All right.
this week's worth of work. I mean, you can talk as long as you want. I'm just gonna be a blank screen from here on out.
So yeah, we're gonna finish up after this. I'm gonna end it. So we're just gonna finish this up. So we want to buy Palm AI. We're gonna figure out. So a decentralized exchange is something that they don't take the information that we can interact with, and this is basically the secondary crypto markets. This is how you can buy the coins before they get onto the exchanges and have a big potential for you to make money. Because why? There's not a lot of people that are in the markets yet because it's not so easily accessible. All right, so we're gonna go into find our market that we want. We're going to use Uniswap for this. This is uniswap.io, right? We can come into here and I'll go up into uniswap.io. Let me show it to you so that way you can see it. All right. So we go into Uniswap and we know, right? We know we want to buy Palm AI. Remember when I showed you the contract address on CoinMarketCap? Well, what we're going to do is simply copy that contract address and we're going to come into our Uniswap and we're going to search it. So we're going to launch this app. See if it hopefully comes up here. Make sure you guys can see what I'm seeing. Oh, gotta switch it here. Okay. Boom. All right, so now that we opened up the Uniswap app and we know which coin we want to buy, we're going to go and click here. And we're going to go into the search tokens, right? And we're just going to simply copy and paste. Boom. Now we see Palm AI in this area that we want. I'm not going to connect my wallet. I'm not going to connect my wallet because it's really the easy part. But what you're going to do here is see this button up here in the top right corner. It says connect. You're going to hit that connect button. And now you see you got Coinbase wallet. You got Trust wallet. Basically all the wallets you need to be able to connect. This is going to be able to connect your funds to the decentralized exchange to be able to do a swap. It's that easy, folks. So now, since this is a ERC20 token, we need to have Ethereum. We can't swap Solana for Palm AI because it's not on the same network. We can't swap Bitcoin for Palm AI because it's not on the same network. You're basically trying to download Apple on a Windows computer. It does not work. It doesn't. It just the language can't communicate with each other.
Well, I'm sure you'll be making a
That's it.
video in the
Right?
future, an in-depth video about using decentralized exchanges and swaps. You know.
Yeah. So that's the basics, and yeah, right there, and basically connect your wallet and you swap, and then it automatically deposits into your wallet. So that's that easy. Anybody have any questions about that, you can post it in the comments down below, and maybe we'll do a future episode and go in more in depth on how to do that stuff, because this is how you get the coins before they get on the centralized exchange and how you make the big money.
Nice. Nice.
All right, so it seems like, yeah, I gotta finish my pulled pork shoulder here.
Yeah.
You gotta
Yeah.
go get your company truck.
I totally forgot about it. Yeah,
Yeah.
my sister has to drive me to the place because I don't want to leave my car there all week. So, and I got to go down like 2 hours from, I got to go down 2 hours from home. I'm not gonna tell people where home is every day for the next 4 days. I was like, I am not taking my
That's it.
personal, so give me the company.
Oh yeah, you're living in Wyoming right now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're out there near Yellowstone.
Yeah, no, yeah, I am, yep, my house has ran off Yellowstone geothermals. Oh,
Mining Bitcoin with it too.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well,
But yeah,
that was a good
all
test
right,
stream.
we're gonna get going.
Good test stream.
Yeah, it's a good one. I think we can. Yeah, it's much better than the last one. I think we got this. We can start doing this a little bit more consistently.
Well,
You know,
I'm gonna start my PC build tonight, and I'll be filming it, so I'll be making a whole video out of it. Next weekend the new
Nice.
PC should be up and running, and that should be able to handle streaming to 5 platforms. Get to that 5 platform
Be
streaming.
better.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right,
y'all. We're gonna shut it down. We hope you all had a good stream. You learned something here today. And if you have any questions, don't forget, post a comment down below. Hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe, because we're putting out all this information.
Yeah.
Pay thousands of dollars for this, and we're getting it to you for free.
Yep.
All you have to do is just subscribe and follow us.
Yeah. Follow the
With that,
Facebook
guys,
page.
we're heading out. Yep, don't forget about that. We've got Facebook. We're going to be setting up a whole bunch of things, and we have a Discord in the works, and it's going to be so awesome. You're going to learn a lot, I tell you.
Right on, right on. Oh, hold on.
All right, we're going to end it right here, guys.
Yeah.
And with that, peace.
Peace.